Hey, this is Archie, and in today's video I will break down why your ad creatives are not converting. So this video will be all about your visuals. Either you're running ads on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, the next 3 reasons will help you to understand why your ads stop performing, and actually it might even burn your money. Probably you tested tons and tons of ad creatives. You watched all my videos, you said, you know what, I'm gonna go all in, I'm gonna test as many ad creatives as possible, and you tested that and it didn't really work. Now, assuming that your product is good and you know deep down that actually your customers are looking for your product, you made your research. Now we are gonna talk about what are those 3 things that are missing within your ad creatives. So let's start with the first one, and that is your message doesn't really resonate with the people you are trying to reach. So imagine that you are trying to sell beef or chicken to vegetarians. In that case, doesn't matter how good are your ad creatives, you could have the best and the most converting message there, but you are simply not going to convert in that case because that message doesn't talk to that audience. In fact, having such a bad message in your ad creative can even piss off your audience you're trying to reach, and this ultimately leads to higher costs because people can start hiding your ads or report them, and this is a really bad signal to the algorithms to increase your cost. Like I'm talking about, cost per 1,000 impressions, which simply means Facebook is charging you per impression. Think about the clients and think also about the social media platforms, because they also have some goals, and one of their goals is to keep the user on the platform. So it's important to say the right message to the right audience at the right timing. This particular topic is really underestimated within this advertising space, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example to understand how the message itself can either attract the customers and increase your return on ad spend, or repel your customers and decrease your return on ad spend. So this is a brand that they sell very specific products to a particular audience, and definitely there are a lot of people that they will not agree with this type of clothing, but this brand knows about that. That's why they articulate this message that these products are only for a specific audience, and they say that in their ad copy, which is they say for open-minded people only. So your message can be as little as one statement, but how you say it and how you position your product can make a big difference in your results and in your return on ad spend. Now, moving to the second reason, which is one of the most neglected, where I could say that a lot of people, they are not aware of this thing that they are missing in their ads, and that is they are focusing too much on the functionality of the product. They are trying to add as many features as possible, and they focus very little on the benefits. So they look most of the time at their biggest competitors, and they see that they use some kind of features. Let me try to use that as well. So to them that might work because they are very well known in the marketplace, but in your case, if you're a startup or if your brand haven't been around in the marketplace for a longer period of time, your main focus should be as much as possible on the benefits. What is in it for your customer? Everyone talks about color, size, and many other things. What you want to focus on to increase your results and start getting actually a good return from your ads is focus exactly and think about why a customer would buy your product, and dig very deep into their customer persona. Exactly find out what are their needs, what you're trying to solve with your product, and showcase that visually. Are they buying your product because of status? Are they buying your product because they want to feel better, they want to get more confidence? So once you find out that, and you could have multiple reasons, it's not just only one, go ahead and then test that out and put some of your ads that will showcase visually those emotional appeals, those benefits. And in that case, you have like multiple angles that you can test, and that is how you grow your business using social media ads. Now, do you see how different it is actually to grow your sales using ad creatives? It's not only about like, let me just throw out as many creatives as possible. You gotta think exactly why a customer would buy your product, and then you showcase that visually. And the third reason why your creatives are not converting is because you got lack of evidence. At the end of the day, if people don't trust your brand or your product, it's going to be pretty difficult to sell it, even though you've got very well creatives designed. At this moment, it's also important to sell trust, because we are kind of selling trust in a world where people are very skeptical. And how can you do that? Well, you can do that through a social proof, through having very good reviews and testimonials. Now, when I say good reviews and testimonials, what does it mean? This is very critical, because a good review actually can handle even an objection that you cannot foresee it. Some of your clients, they are skeptical because of some certain reasons. And these reviews will help you to handle those objections right away from one single ad. Besides social proof, also you could use third-party validation. So this is some articles or some quotes from very well-known presses. And also you could use like how many products you've sold, for how long your brand has been around. These are also considered as a third-party validation. Now, when you combine these three things, evidence with the right message, and you focus much more on benefits, what's in it for your customers, the results will simply show up. It's like, going to the gym for 1-2 years and you work and you are committed to that, you will see how your body changes. It is exactly like that. These are the principles of getting high return on spend with your ad creatives. It's not, just a wish where it's like, maybe it's going to work. Now, when you have that nailed it perfectly, in that case, the results will simply show up, considering that your products are great. Now, by the end of this video, you basically have two options. One is taking this advice that I mentioned in this video, going and using and testing in your ad account. But you have to be aware that if you have not created this type of ads before, or if you've done but not so often and not for such a long period of time, in that case you have to be aware, and we have to admit that it's not going to perform just from the first testing. Everything great takes time, and you have to go through this learning curve. Or you could use the second option, which is working with me and kind of shortening up this period of time. Now, if you think about it and you say that actually the first option is going to take way too much time and might cost you even more money than the second option, which is working with me, in that case, schedule a discovery call with me where we are going to talk about your business. We'll find out about your goals and your needs, and also you'll find out a little bit more about us. And also, I have an ad requirement spend which is 2K per month, and if you meet the criteria, I'll be happy to talk to you and see if we might be able to help you to accomplish your goals. Until then, I will speak to you in my next video.